voluntary the ball out, everybody expects the ball get to you, and there isn't respect in that action from Arsenal players. That is no good. But after there was a cross, we get the ball, start to go in counter-attack, control the ball, and there were a big foul, and the referee leave it to play. That is no good.
What I can say, I don't think there is a more honest, and I would say to the point that we are naive sometimes as a team with the young players that we have. So it's never bad intentions. They played because they thought that they could play. The ball was in a dangerous area, and that is. And if anything, apologize, but there is not obviously an intention or something pre-planned on that. I feel a lot of unity around the club, with the players, with the stadium, the energy that they are creating here. I can see the players the day before, they are excited. We're in a good place.
Let's get straight to the goal. Claudio Ranieri unhappy. It was a mess in so many different ways, this, isn't it?
It is, yeah. There's quite a lot to get through on this on this goal. It's trying to pick it apart all day. So, you know, we can see that Lokonga, he's had a heavy touch and a tackle. Now, for me, that isn't a foul in the first place.
That's fine.
So I don't think that's a foul. I think he's won the ball. Now, Tufan has gone down and he stayed down and looks injured. OK, so Danny Rose picks the ball up, has a look and rolls it out. He's definitely having a look at Tufan on the floor. So he thinks his man's injured. If we keep our eyes on Tufan, he kind of gets back to his feet. Danny Rose is telling him, stay down, because he's put the ball out. Yeah. Lacazette picks the ball up. He doesn't do that. Tufan jogs back in. Now we're playing. This is where I have an issue with Watford. They've all got their arms in the air, but the game's we're playing now. So defend your box, which they actually do in the first phase, and keep playing. But as it goes on, they get a header out. Sarr has a touch. Now that's a foul. That's the real issue for me. The referee doesn't give it, keeps playing. Unbelievable finish from Smith Rowe. But that there is the real issue for me in this whole passage. There's a foul from Maitland-Niles on Ismail Sarr that goes unpunished. And I think they should feel more aggrieved about that than the situation with the throw-in.
And again, VAR are like, well, the referee did see it, so they didn't feel it was a clear and obvious error. So they couldn't overrule it. That's what they are saying.
It is a clear and obvious...
It's a foul, isn't it?
A foul is a foul. But I do like the way Arsenal, because we've talked about Arsenal before, a little bit naive. Arteta mentioned they're being naive. But they carried on. And that sort of... You can see that with this Arsenal now. They're not a little bit weak now. Look stronger, strong-minded.
Basically, at the end of that goal, everybody's in the wrong. Everybody's got something wrong there. That's what we've learned from that. Listen... 1-6, drawn 2 of their last 8, Arsenal. They're on a great run. And when you look at the stats, it's happening at both ends of the field for them at the moment.
Excellent. You know, goals conceded second, that's the one I'm looking at. I think Ben White today was exceptional. Gabriel, Tomiyasu coming in as well. And it's difficult. You know what it's like, Ash, when you come in to integrate new players. And when we was giving Arteta a little bit of stick earlier in the season, he said, wait until I've got all my players fit. But Arsenal look a lot better. Look, I'm not going to say they're going to be challenging for top 4. It's too early to say.
But you can see...
But you can see the improvement. And that's all the Arsenal fans have been yearning for weeks and weeks now.
I think if you go back to the first game of the season, we was all worried. We was all worried for Arsenal against Brentford. And as it's gone on and you look at the stat of the clean sheets and you look at the Maitland-Niles foul in that goal, and that's something where they're not being naive anymore and they're stopping counter-attacks and they're doing all the nasty bits that maybe they wasn't doing last season and at the start of this season.
One side of North London. The other side has seen another win for Arsenal, 10 unbeaten at home to Watford. But there's a lot of talk about the build-up here when Watford put the ball out of play, right?
Well, you see, with this one, there's nothing wrong with him. They put it out. I think he's put it out of play because he was under pressure. He's just getting put under pressure by one of the players and he's put it out. For me, and like I said, people saying I'm biased because it's Arsenal, but there's nothing wrong with him. You know what I mean? Danny Rose has chosen to do that and he's not even looked to see if his player is down and there's something properly wrong with him. So I'm sorry, you know what I mean? I don't think people should do that because you're not meant to put the ball out like that anyway. You're not meant to put the ball out like that. There wasn't a head injury, there's nothing wrong. He's holding his back. I thought Danny Rose was doing it as an excuse just to not have to clear it.
Yeah, I personally think they should have threw the ball back. I do. I agree with Wright, as in, I hate the fact that people have to kick the ball out when people are just lying on the floor and they haven't got a head injury or a meaningful injury. But I think once Danny Rose kicked the ball out, I think they should have just threw the ball back to him in that position, in that corner. Saying that, that's no excuse for the defending for the goal. The goal itself was an awful goal to concede by Watford. They should have closed the ball down. They should have cleared the lines 4 or 5 times. So it does not affect the goal whatsoever, the fact that he didn't throw the ball back to them.
I thought this was harsh, because I don't think he's touched him.
Yeah, I
think
thought
he's touched him anywhere. And that's the thing with you look at the referee and in real time, it looks like, you know, he's caught him. See, Ranieri's probably talking about the kicking the ball out. I'm not having that, sorry. You know what I mean? I can hear what Stevie's saying, but I'm not having that, sorry. Nothing wrong with the player. Wasn't a head injury. Everybody could see the guy was up and going again. You know, I think it's an excuse for some people to put the ball out like that.
100 games for Mikel Arteta, 54 wins, as you can see, second fastest in those period. But the most important statistic, in the last 8 games, nobody in the Premier League has picked up more points than Arsenal.
Yeah, it seems to have got themselves in a nice little run of form. They've got the players they want playing. Back four seems very settled. Goalkeeper's given Arsenal very stable footing at the back. Defenders, the 2 centre-halves look comfortable. Emile Smith-Rowe and Saka starting to really affect games on a regular basis. Should have been more comfortable. Thought Aubameyang had a poor game today. You know, he missed a penalty. You know what I mean? He should have finished that first chance. You know, what Saka scored, what was offside, and then in the end he tried to nick Odegaard's goal, which would have probably been a goal. So, weren't a great day for him, but in the way that Arsenal are playing, they're playing the kind of football that I think the manager wants to see now.
He's not happy, but he's still got that charm about it. I think he was going to go full dilly-ding, dilly-dong there as well. And you can see just quickly on that why he's not happy with that foul.
I love the man. It's great. He's not even getting angry. His voice as well. He's like, he wants to enjoy as well, but he's just showing that he's not happy with what happened. I totally agree with him. And I can give you a little example about Aston Villa playing Leeds not long ago. You know, Aston Villa has scored and, you know, the player was down.
I was at that game,
Leeds given the goal back. It's about...
Pontus Jansson.
What Alan's saying, they don't have to give the ball out. But in sport, the fair play, the respect is a big thing. And you as a player should not be told from somebody to do that. You should respect that. The first thing what I'll mention is, can they clear the ball further up the field?
Yeah.
Can you do that? And it's too many touches that afterwards that you realise that you have to react. They're not giving you a ball back. So end of the day, is like, it's a little steps that you have to follow. As a player, you have to realise these dangerous moments. And Watford haven't managed to do that.
Yeah, Mikel Arteta, 100 games, compared to Arsene Wenger's first 100 games in all competitions for Arsenal. Who would have thought it, Alan?
I know.
Arteta, more wins,
Who would have thought
scored.
it? Who would have thought it? I mean, the 100 games gone so quick as well. But, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad record, is it? I mean, I can understand. Look, if his next 100 games were as good as Arsene's, then he might be onto something. But, you know, it's crazy that 3 or 4 weeks ago he was under enormous pressure. And, you know, now it's been turned around. 100 games, they're in the top 5 or 6 now.
Yeah, top 5. Got the rise in the Champions League
looking
spot.
forward to the rest of the season.
Right, our fourth game of the day came at Ellen Road. Leeds hosted Leicester